Welcome back to the very special Halloween episode of Cool Dog, our second annual, even though I'm not exactly sure if this is going out on Halloween. We've had some difficulties in these past couple of weeks, some really rough times for the Cool Dog gang, but not to worry, we're getting past it, and today we have back on the show, same as last year, Jake Johnston. Yep, there he is.
I'm still hiding, but hi.
And to all of our audio listeners, you're about to miss out on a fantastic segment because we have costumes, same as last year, and we haven't revealed them to each other yet. None of us know what each other are, except for you guys, maybe, because you're in the same house.
Yeah.
Hooverr doesn't know what I am.
I don't know what his is. He knows what mine is, but I think it's so
how did
fun.
that happen? How did he find out?
Well, I think the whole world has found out because I streamed prior to this stream. But, yeah.
Okay, so Cool Dog gets the what'd you call it? The
sloppy seconds.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah, the sloppy seconds.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Let's get this over with. Who wants to reveal theirs first?
I'll just go
I
first.
will.
Jake will go first. I think actually, the guest should go first.
The guest should go first.
Oh,
it's Jake Johnston, but with red hair.
No, it's Kat from Victorious.
Oh.
Hi, Kat.
Yeah, you do. You look exactly like her.
Thank you.
You look so pretty.
Thanks.
All right.
Well.
Okay, I'll give a little background. I have another costume, but I don't know. I didn't want to wear it, and I was like, you know what? I'll just wear this wig that Makaylee's gonna wear tonight for her costume, and call it a day. So,
I mean, fair enough. You look great. You look fabulous, and we're very glad to have you here with us.
Thanks.
We love it.
Hooverr.
All right. My costume, Nacho Libre.
Oh, nice. Is that mustache real?
I mean, barely. I mean, it's the same baby mustache that I had, and then I filled it in with some charcoal. So.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, that's an impressive mustache. I didn't know you could grow something like that.
I can't. I really cannot. But you just got to fill it in, and you got to do what you got to do.
Well, my costume is, I don't know if Jake will get this one. This is a little bit of a, I think older viewers in Hooverr will recognize this, and it'll bring them some joy and a tear to their eye, hopefully. I've put a lot of sentimentalism into this, and I just want everybody to feel happy, okay? So that's why I did this. And keep in mind, I'm basically method acting right now.
Oh, really? You're method acting? Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I am. Why'd you say it like that?
Well, has the method acting started, or it doesn't feel like you're acting?
Maybe because it's so unnoticeable.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
I'm me, but from 2018.
Wow.
Actually, kind of.
Wow.
I think I knew immediately when I saw. I was like, oh, that looks like old him.
Yeah, the beanie, the glasses, the yellow shirt. It's classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone. There's this that. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. There's this picture.
You actually look a lot younger right now.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, a lot younger.
Yeah, you look.
Thank you.
You look like you're 5 or 6.
True, you look like you're 10, maybe.
I was actually 19 years old during this era.
Oh, 19.
Yeah, 19 years young.
Oh,
hold on. I need to find this picture that I'm referencing. It's very important. Hold on.
Is it the photo that's Oxtail needs more love?
It's this one.
Oh, I remember that one. That's a classic.
Oh, there's
our friends at the bottom. A special cameo on the COOLDOG Podcast. Our 2 old friends.
Yeah, it was our two old friends. May they rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Aw. Sorry.
But I'm so happy to have you on the podcast, Jake. Everybody misses you. Where have you been?
What have you been up to?
I was arrested.
Oh, what?
Oh.
What for?
Yeah. It was like it was like a traffic violation turned into a minor drug offense.
Oh. Minor drug offense. What kind of fucking drugs
Turned into?
Yeah, turned into.
Well,
How'd that turn into that?
I got stopped. Just like at a normal traffic, like my tail light was out, and they just did like a weird routine search, which was actually my lawyers working on like getting financial compensation for the time that I served because
You served all right.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been in jail for a while, and then because they found
like you served. You served.
Oh yeah, and
Like
I am. Oh, thank you. No, that actually never happened. All of that.
What? You lied?
Yeah. I was just.
Why'd
kidding.
you come on here to lie?
I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. You know what happens. We lie time to time on the podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Nah. I'm just getting. I just want to take the next steps in my life. Like.
You served all right.
Okay.
I think it's lagging. I think was that just me or he's saying like this thing from like 5 seconds ago, right?
Yeah, I think his video's on loop or something. But yeah, so I was just ready to take the next steps in my life. And I accidentally let both my Twitters delete. Like I was planning on just like coming back casually, but I just forgot about them. And they both got deleted, which I was like kind of sad about for like a day. And then I'm like, I don't know. Life is kind of really interesting without Twitter. Like I actually don't know anything that's going on ever. The only
Isn't that pure bliss? Isn't that magic?
It is. It really is. Like and like the only I actually get my news from like CNN and shit. Like because I have the CNN app. And like I don't mean that. Like I don't read the articles, like the breaking news notifications. That's the only like that's the only news that I get. Like when people die or when there's like a tragic event or something, it's like that's how I find out. I don't like scroll on Twitter and see like another tragedy. It's like no.
Is that how you found out about like Prezzo showing his penis on stream?
Yeah.
It was a CNN breaking news.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know any about that. But
really,
you didn't know? That was like big news around the globe.
CNN didn't cover it, so obviously maybe Fox or NBC did, but
it probably was on Fox. They're probably like liberals are getting naked on streaming platforms.
True, yeah.
Yeah, that's the state of the world. People for the first time in the history are deciding to expose themselves. And I would like to actually join the pledge.
Oh. Well, okay then.
That was not what the survey thought it was. That was inappropriate.
What do you mean?
I feel like you thought it was going to be some big reveal, but it just wasn't.
We've seen that before, man. Like, yeah. Look at me. Look, I'm technically already. I'm naked.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. I'm taking the pledge too.
Are you actually naked?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the only thing I have on. There's nothing underneath. The thing is, like, I can't even stand up too because the problem I've yet to fix with this costume is like if I stand up, I have to like cover up my bulge because then it pops through. People think I have a banana in my pants.
So for all the Jake-offs out there, would you say that Jake Johnston, the influencer, is dead and retired?
No. I mean, Twitter, yeah, because I like don't want to make a new account and try and get followers again. But I'll post.
We're going back to the Insta baddie era.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, like until I secure a job and like have find like stability, I'm not going to be like shit posting and like being naughty, because as also like it came to my realization, like, one, I want a corporate job, and two, I might work for the government, and like if they saw the MopperBot account when it was still around, I would not be able to do that. So I'm like, it was a little bit of like a nice clearing of like a little bit of my digital footprint, but also at the same time, like I think I needed to take a step back from the internet and stuff in general, and just like do a little bit of soul work, soul searching. I work at I volunteer at a horse rescue farm right now, which has been really like it's been eye-opening in a sense that like I really I just like, I don't know, like I was like just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my free time while I was searching for jobs, and because I had a lot of free time, and and I was like, so it started because my mom's friend asked me if I could watch their chickens over a weekend. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, no problem. And I went over and I was like working on their little ranch and like helping the chickens and collecting the eggs and cleaning the coop and stuff. And I was like, this is really fun. I love animals. And I wish I could do this like every weekend, but they don't go away every weekend. So I killed the family. Yeah, and so I own the chickens now, and I live there. So wait,
let me just get this clear. You're saying you murdered a whole family.
Yes,
and you want to talk about how you lied about getting arrested for a drug violation or whatever that was, and so then this is true.
This part is not true. No.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a problem when I just like say things and then I realize that I'm lying, and so I don't. And sometimes I don't know that I'm lying. Yeah, I forgot that. Like,
could you clarify earlier next time that you're joking?
But that's not my fault. Like sometimes I don't know that I'm lying. Like
you didn't know that you didn't kill people.
You guys. Yeah, like sorry, I'm mentally ill. Like.
Oh.
Dude, what just happened?
That? I'm not even joking. Like, some reason my fucking phone just like slipped off the thing. I think it's a ghost. I wasn't even touching it.
But yeah, so I really liked working on a farm, and then I found like 3 horse farms near me, and I was like, and I emailed all of them, and then this one I kept going back and forth with the lady. She's like so sweet. They have like 2 locations, and they rescue horses, and then they use them in equine therapy for vets with PTSD. I don't really know like what, like they're kind of like, the lady's like really, really sweet, and she seems like our conversations are great, and she's like really nice, but she's like obsessed with veterans and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not like that. Like she was like trying to talk. She's like, and he's like she's talking about another volunteer. She's like, he's active duty like right now. So, like he has to go do stuff sometimes. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, but he's Marines. My son is Army, and like made like a joke. And I'm like, I don't know really. And
you probably lied and said, oh, I'm active service too.
No, I didn't. I don't lie to
Layla. Said, I killed Osama bin Laden. He said, I killed him. I did it. I sniped him.
So this is just out of curiosity. What does the horse do for therapy that helps?
It's really amazing. Like, so the thing that's unique about a horse rescue farm and is a lot of the horses are learning to trust humans again, and so are the vets with PTSD. So it's like this relationship between the two where they're both trying to learn to trust each other, and just in general. Horses are very emotionally intelligent, and they there's a lot to learn from their behavior and stuff. And like even when you're not in an environment where you're actually doing therapy with them, like me just being at the barn, and like on Friday I was there, and there's like this one baby horse that has just recently got there, and it can't be around the other horses yet. So she was like doing their like evening kind of they have to like practice like putting the face thing on him, because like she was explaining how like, oh, anytime like this horse's life is like anytime a person got close to it, it was to like neuter it or give it injections and stuff. So anytime people get close to it, it kind of, or like when a human is doing something to it, its learned behavior is like, this is going to be a bad thing. So like she was she was like doing her nightly like routine of just like getting it comfortable, like putting things on its face and stuff. She's like, you can go hang out in the barn. And I was like, because I'd finished all the work, and I was like, all right. And she's like, you could go play with them. So I was like, okay. So I went in, and like, just like I would go into each stall and like just go around the horse. It's just like so therapeutic to be around them, because you could just like tell that they're responding to you. Like if you go in there nervous, they'll like back away. But if you like go in there, kind of put your head down and just like relax, they'll kind of come up to you and like see what the vibe is. And it's just like, they're very, very comforting. They're really great animals. And I wasn't like a horse freak ever. Like, and so it's like, but I very much understand the hype about them. They're amazing animals. And I've
never trusted them personally.
Maybe you need to go to equine therapy.
Maybe I should, because I just don't. You ever see them smile? That's a human smile. They smile like humans,
dude. Because they're happy and they have emotion.
Have you seen that one
teeth
horse?
Like humans.
Have you seen that one horse where it's on the two legs and it's like, like? Do you have any horses like that?
Oh yeah,
that's fake. That's fake.
Are you sure? I saw that on YouTube.
No, it's a fake video. Trust me. We get
a horse expert
like
now?
Yeah, like and we get really, really mad at stuff like that. Like we don't like fake videos. You got mad at
horses. The horse.
Yeah, can you not sing it? It's like
chacarone.
That horse was my childhood.
It actually was.
So you're saying that I'm invalid for having that horse as
no, but you should recognize that it's a fake video.
But like maybe
it's not, man. Like it's a good. Maybe they probably would. I should bring it and show it to them. Yeah.
The uploader posted proof it's a real horse.
Yeah.
I don't think now. I feel like you guys are the ones that are
okay, Google, is chacarone horse real?
I think it's kind of weird for you to also, that's, you know, the actual title of the video I think is a little bit scary.
I can't say
if you find the original video, it's definitely hasn't aged well, but
the top one on this
I think I know what it is.
Horse. 12 years ago, Lowell horse, but then there's
oh my god, I'm on 24 Frames of Nick YouTube channel right now. Should I post a video?
You should post a vlog.
You should just like download the horse and re-upload it to his channel. And it's called the chacarone horse.
Man, the internet was a better place when it was just videos like horses that are like that.
I found the original video from 2007.
Yeah. 14 years ago.
Dude, 2007, I was like 2 years old.
No, okay. You were.
That's not. You were like 17.
I'm 16.
You were like 8.
I'm 16.
I think exactly right.
You were 16 in 2007.
I was 17 in 2007.
1990?
Yeah, I was born in 1990.
Wait,
you're older than my sister.
Yeah,
Jake, you're 32.
My sister has 2 kids. When's your turn?
We have a little bit of ways to go with that.
Oh,
I'm actually expecting.
You're expecting?
That's right.
When?
Baby number 1 on the way. We're gonna do a live gender reveal.
Wait, oh my god! Something like really. This is something that I don't even know why I'm saying it right now, but it's really funny. The other night, like, I had a dream. Like last week, and it was the first time ever Stonepaw was ever in my dream. And I woke up the next day. I was like, that's so funny. Like that was the first time Stonepaw was in my dream. And then I was like, I was going to type, send a message about it in Discord. But then I realized the dream was like really lame. Like nothing really happened in it. So I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to say it. But then I was like, what if I messaged him and said, yeah, like, like said very seriously, like, I had sex with Stonepaw in my dream last night.
I was gonna say, like, you tell him that you had a sex dream with him, and you'd be like, oh, hey, okay.
And I was like dead serious about it. And then I was thinking, like, what if I did have a dream that I had sex with Stonepaw, but I didn't? The dream was like so lame.
What happened in it?
Like, I don't even remember. It was just like we were doing something. Like, I was just like doing something, and like Stonepaw was there for a second. I was like, yo. That's it.
And then you fucked him.
And then I fucked him.
I don't get a lot of dreams. I've maybe gotten about 3 dreams in the last 2 months, and I don't remember any of them really.
Dude, you gotta write them down.
Every single night.
Here.
You know what I write down? I write down inspirational thoughts I have, ideas on how to better the world. I don't waste my time writing down fantasies. Okay. You're a child.
I'm trying to look at my last dream. My fucking last dream doesn't make any sense though. Like, my dream was everyone was on a gaming cruise ship, and I met the creator of Kirby, and I had some little kid I was apparently looking after, and he stole a whole tray of cookies from the cruise ship, and he got chased around the cruise by this guy, and we got away. Which, like, I don't even know.
The other night I had a dream that, like, I've recently been crying really, really hard in my dreams, and like the reason I cried the other night in my dream was like, I was at a swim meet, and like the most random person in the world, one of my sister's friends from elementary school, who I probably haven't seen since elementary school, but the reason she's like still in my mind is because she was always really, really tall. Like, she was known as like the tall girl, and she like played basketball in high school and shit. And in my dream, I was with her mom, and we were at a swim meet, and she was like, oh, like, the girl's name is Shayna. She was like, Shayna is like really good at swimming. Like, she's really, really good. Like, you better watch this, this race. And I was like, okay, like, we'll watch. And like, it was like like, I was watching her swim, like, and she was doing butterfly like so well that I just started crying so hard. I was like, it's so good, it's so talented. Like, she's gonna be in, like, she's gonna go to the Olympics, and it made me cry how good she was at swimming. And then my uncle was there, and he was like, you know, I'm going to the NCAA championship this weekend. If you want to come along, I'm like, yes, I love college swimming. Like, it's like I need to go. It was just weird, but I was crying, and I was so emotional.
That's a powerful.
I recently had a dream where I fell in love with a woman.
Oh.
Who I feel like I know her. I feel like I have met this person before, but now I can't even remember what they looked like, so I don't think I'd ever find out. But in my dream, I remember hanging out with them, and I remember in my dream being like, yeah, this is the person I know from this. Like, of course. But like, that wasn't true. I don't know where this person originates from.
Source fed.
Yeah, yeah, my fucking brain reached back into the fucking Philip DeFranco archive. It was Joe Barretto, dude. Joe Barretto was my crush.
God, that's literally who it was, man. I'm trying to just help you remember you. I feel like I was in your dream too somehow, and I remember you and Joe Barretto had a good life together. It's a shame that
I one time my grandmother was in my dream when I was like 8 years old, and I felt like it was actually her. Like, she was aware of the fact that she was in my dream.
Really? Did you wake up being like, I feel like she knows like what happened in that dream?
I felt like I did feel like, but for some reason I never talked to her about it.
Do you ever like get like the inkling to be like, you know what, Grandma, like, this is kind of weird to bring up, but like, do you remember that one dream you were in with me?
I don't trust her. That's the thing, is I think she would lie.
Ooh. So
she would lie about being. I think she would lie about being in it, because she's always trying to convert everybody to have mystical powers and, you know, summon things with your brain. So yeah. I feel like as soon as I'm like, were you in my dream? She'll be like, yes, I was.
I just don't realize I've never actually even put this together, but I remember you always talk about your grandma with these mystical powers. Do you ever feel like maybe your this honestly is like a movie plot? Did your grandma ever wish for you to have fame, and then you just became a YouTuber because of that? Oh,
believe me, there have been multiple members of my family who have taken credit for my success. They've said They've said, "Oh, it was." I've heard it all. I've heard manifestation. My own father said, I was brought here by UFOs, and that's why I'm so successful." That's a word for word what he said.
I believe him.
And
I believe him.
my grandmother has insinuated it before, but here's the thing: is right. She kind of she's very aware of her own power limit. So she goes to other psychics and asks for things. Like she asked for, she's probably went to the psychic and be like, please, can you make him straight? He's so clearly not 100% heterosexual. Mm-hmm. This isn't right. But it didn't work.
Oh.
And she tried doing that with my acne. Didn't work. Mm-hmm. So maybe the success is finally what she manifested.
She manifested the Reddit
amazing.
Crew.
Yeah, she did. She was like, I want my grandson to make funny videos reading out Reddit posts. Oh, I love that website.
I need him to read out r/am I the asshole? Please, we'll make him millions.
There's a universe where, like, if my grandmother could speak English, I would try to record a podcast episode with her. But, like, I just don't think it could work because my grandmother loves to rile people up. Like, she loves to, like... She will say like outrageous things because she knows that people will get angry. And then like I would probably need to edit out probably like 95% of the episode.
I feel like that's what you got to leave it all in. You got to leave in the true riled up nature, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I got to do with Hooverr anyway. So
yeah, true.
I guess it's just another day.
We record 2 hours, but we're only able to use 1 hour because I just go off on these QAnon rants. Sorry.
Yeah. I guess I should let everybody know that sorry for no episode last week. It was disaster. We won't reveal who was on the episode. You'll never know. But it got fucked in the ass, and we couldn't upload it, and we couldn't really find anyone else to do it with in that space. And
wait, can you message me who it was with?
Yeah, I'll message you.
Well, message Nick on Discord.
Okay. Nick's gonna leak it immediately.
Nick's gonna be like, why did I get a DM about Oxtail Weber?
Oh, I think I remember.
There's honestly, the funniest part is like, there's really no reason for me to not say who it was. I just think it's funny to not tell people things.
I mean, it's an interesting person, so.
It is a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in the news recently.
Oh yeah, let's just say that the dislike and like ratio would have been split halfway.
Yeah, you need to turn that dislike add-on off for that video. Would have been kind of bad.
What do you like, Big Red?
I grew up with Big Red. That's like my whole thing.
That's probably it. Yeah.
I just grew up.
I think that's why I like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
what is Big Red like? What's the flavor of it?
That's like the
sugar.
thing I like don't eat. Yeah, it's basically sugar, but like that's the thing I always like try hard to like explain because it's like a red cream soda. But then like I don't even know like what a red cream soda is. So then it's like if you've never had a red cream soda. What's the flavor
of Dr. Pepper? Does anyone even know?
It's like 32 flavors, isn't it?
Some people think it's like kind of cherry, but it's supposed to be more like cranberry, I think, or prune. I think prune is one of the. Actually, you know what? Let me read out some of the.
I probably haven't had Dr. Pepper in like 6 years.
What? Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Because you vowed off like caffeine, right?
Yeah, and like when I would drink caffeine, it would mostly be coffee and Coke. I
like Coke.
Yeah, I love Coca-Cola like so much.
Fountain Coke from McDonald's movie theater, literally the best thing you can ever have in your life.
I've been back.
I need to like go buy like a 6-pack of caffeine-free Coke. It's still good. It's still good without caffeine.
I didn't realize there was caffeine free.
Yeah.
Oh wow. They're making some big moves.
I was so used to it because like my grandpa before he died of cancer, he was like he was like a raging alcoholic, but he was recovered for my whole life because he only lived till I was like 13. But like instead of drinking all the time, he was like he switched his addiction. I mean, he went to obviously treatment like so many times, but like he was known for always having Diet Coke with him, and then when he got older, like towards the end of his life, he had to stop drinking caffeine because his body was too weak. So he had like caffeine-free Diet Coke in his house all the time, and I would drink it all the time. Yeah. So Diet Coke can help you with alcohol addiction, by the way.
I saw this clip of like a 106-year-old lady that drinks three cans of Dr. Pepper a day, every single day.
I saw that.
And then the interviewer was like, "Is that not bad for you?" And then she was like, "But it tastes damn good. And I had 2 doctors telling me that if I'm going to keep drinking it, I'm going to die. And guess what? I outlived all of them."
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and she said, they said I died 20 years ago, and I keep drinking Dr. Pepper, and I outlived all of them. I believe her, though.
It's like the old, like, I think, like, some of the oldest people in the world, like, they smoke cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Like me.
Like you. You're old as hell, right?
I'm 16.
Oh.
I'm 16 years old.
Yeah, in dog years, maybe.
Is that how it works?
Well,
no, that's the opposite.
16 years, dog, 16 times 7. So that means you're...
times 7.
16 times 7.
That'd
so
be
that
like
means you'd be 140
or something.
You'd be 112 years old.
I think the oldest person's older than you. How old is the oldest person in the world right now?
I think like 122. I feel like I just saw it on, like, I looked it up like randomly one night.
118 years.
Damn. Like, why do you need to live that long, though?
Wow.
Like, where are you going to miss out on that you really can't fucking need to stick around for?
You know, do you guys ever get those, like, really weird, like, TikToks or Instagram reels of, like, 300-year-old woman found in
yes,
in, like, Turkey or something? It's like this, like, decrepit, like,
you're talking about.
So
like that
funny.
one that I know exactly which one I think you're talking about, like that one old dude.
And it's usually
where he's
that
like
song that's like, yeah, and it's like that one song that's like lie, 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 lie. You know what I'm singing?
I think la, 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 la,
yeah,
like that.
No, yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
Wait,
about.
I just remember my dream. In my dream last night, I was at like some concert. What band is Dave Grohl in? He's a Foo Fighters, right?
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, Foo Fighters.
But he was in Nirvana before that, right?
Yeah.
But like Dave Grohl was doing a concert for something, and like I was front row, and he was going, and there I looked to my right, and like there's like some like little kid like singing into the microphone. I'm like, that's unfair. I want to do that too. But then I realized he was going around and like putting the microphone out to people. He's like, "What song you want to sing?" And like they would start singing a song, and he came to me and did that. I sang. Guess what song I sang?
What?
Everlong.
No, I'm So Sick by Flyleaf.
What?
You know that? I'm so sick, infected with. It was like, and I killed it.
Yeah.
I sang. I sang that shit. And
you have a good voice. You can sing. You can sing well.
Yeah, but that's a hard song to sing. But in my dream, I did it perfectly.
You're a queen.
Yeah, thank you.
You served.
Thank you.
Oh, you served.
Oh, you served all right.
I'm a little bit drunk right now.
Dude, it's 1:15 p.m. What do you mean you're drunk right now? You've been drinking.
Yeah, what is happening in Austin?
A little bit of Irish coffee. Let's just say that.
Oh my god!
And maybe one too many mimosas this morning at brunch.
The only time you can legally have mimosas is in the morning.
True.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's like
They're like really good drinks. Mimosas are so
They are.
good.
Yeah.
I had a mimosa for the first time recently, and it rocked my world.
Really?
Yeah, and like it's the perfect brunch food. Like whenever, like it's so typical, like it's so like basic bitch to be like, oh, let's get mimosas at brunch, but you eat some fucking pancakes and bacon with a mimosa, and it's good. It's really fucking good.
Oh,
dude. I've been cooking a lot recently, and I've been having fun with it. You know,
what have you been cooking?
That's good.
I've been my comfort food right now is just like I make some instant noodles, boil them up in the pot, I like putting vegetables in there, boiling them with the noodles, and then I fry 2 eggs with runny yolk, and I put them on top of the noodles, and then it's like. I love the way that the runny yolk covers the noodles and shit. It's great.
Making
I love it.
fried eggs is really fun.
It is. It's really satisfying, I think.
Yeah.
Because I like when I was younger and I used to do fried eggs, they would always suck because my dumbass wouldn't realize like you shouldn't, if you crack open the egg, you should like do it closer to the pan. I would do it like way up here, and then the egg would crack, and then the yolk would like pretty much shatter.
Yeah.
And it would turn the egg kind of ugly. But if you do it all nice and close, the yolk preserves its beautiful roundness, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Put some goddamn salt on there, some pepper.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Garlic.
Recently, it was my first, like when I was taking care of the chickens, I got to keep the eggs that they laid during the weekend, and oh my god, like farm fresh eggs that you just like take right after they lay them and you cook that shit, so fucking good, like so good. I bet. And like so over the weekend, I would just like I would go in the morning, collect the eggs that they had laid them that morning, go right home, and cook a fucking omelet, and oh my god, so good.
I got to start making omelets. I gotta try. I gotta give my so an omelet is basically right. Like you don't touch it. You put it on the pan and you let it.
No, you crack it into a separate bowl first.
Yeah.
Then you mix it up. Sometimes you put some cream in it, right? And then
some cream.
After you do that, I thought you meant just like cracking, putting in the pan.
No.
No. Yeah, you just pour the bowl into the pan, and usually it fills up the whole thing, and then you when it gets hard, you flip it over. I like to put some cheese in the middle. I thought about getting some like just bell peppers and doing like a Western omelet, which is like cheese, peppers, and ham. I think really good, but I didn't have
ham and omelet. Ham and eggs goes hard.
Ham and cheese.
Oh, dude!
Have you ever put like ham and mac and cheese? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Really good.
Yummy. You can put a lot of things in mac and cheese and get away with it. It's actually like, oh, okay.
Dude, I always get those fucking TikToks of people doing that.
I know people do ketchup and mac and cheese, and that's like a little bit weird to me.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and I knew you were going to say that.
I'm a big ketchup fan. I love mayo. I'm honestly, you know what? There's not really a sauce that I don't like, except for barbecue sauce. You know what? I'm not crazy for it. I don't really need it.
Barbecue sauce is really, I don't like it as a dipping condiment, but sometimes when it's on what do you like like a cool burger? You know what? You're not like there's a word for it.
The cool burger. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
That's when COOLDOG makes a fast food restaurant, the Cool Burger.
Get the Cool Burger now from Mr. Beast Burger.
An artisan burger? Is that a word, or a gourmet burger?
You mean like a craft burger?
Craft burger. That's like a craft burger, like a fun burger. Sometimes it's like there's one that has just like fried onions and and barbecue sauce like that. That's good. That's
I love burgers. Like, I'm tired of hiding it. I love burgers.
You don't need to hide that, man. I feel like most people on earth love a good burger, you know?
Here's the thing is, like, I felt like I've needed to hide who I really am, and I've needed to act like, I think burgers are right. I think burgers, when done right, are fantastic.
Oh my God. Do you guys want to hear a funny story about burgers?
Yes.
So I was about I was cleaning out horse stalls and talking to Layla, the lady who owns the farm. We were just chatting and
stuff.
Layla.
Shout out.
Yeah, she's beautiful person.
Not
like I just met. She's a beautiful soul. Obviously, she works nonprofit, and we were chatting, and I was telling her about how I fed a cow. I was like, oh yeah, like I know somebody who has a wildlife sanctuary, and we went there. And I like got to feed a baby cow a bottle. It was like the cool, because she was telling me about how they've bred horses before, and like she like was the like she's like, oh, and like because she like the horses saw we were cleaning out, she had like raised that since it like first came out of the mom, and I was like, oh yeah, like that's so cool. I was telling her like, oh, it was like a red Angus, it was so cute. I showed her the tattoo of it, and she was like she's like, oh my God, like, did you have such a hard time eating meat after doing that with the baby cow? It's like, I wasn't thinking about how I sounded, but I was just like, no, I think I had like a burger like a few days after that. And like, and I was like, yeah, but it was kind of sad. And I was like trying to save face. I was like, yeah, like, but I didn't think about that cow or something. I don't know. But then I realized like that maybe that is a little bit fucked up. But still at the same time, I'm openly a firm believer that we are meant to consume meat, and like but at the same time, I do think that a lot of the practice is unethical, but there is very ethical ways to harvest meat from animals. But I don't know them. I'm just kind of assuming that there is. So
I had the only meat that I've vowed myself off is lamb meat.
And we're the same. And I've talked to you about that. I can't eat lamb.
Yeah.
I've never in my life.
Me neither.
My reason's a lot different than yours. Mine is I just had a stuffed animal that was a lamb when I was a baby, and like it was my best friend. And I just could never imagine eating lammy. I called it lammy. I still have it.
I just straight up had like, my family had like a lot of sheep, and I was a sheep herder. I would herd sheep around, and I had like see, this is where like the trauma comes in. Like I had like a couple sheep where they were like the friendlier ones that would come up, and they would always want pets, and they would always like kind of come hug you, and you know they loved you. And then they got slaughtered, and I was kind of there for it. I didn't see them get slaughtered, but I needed to help pick them out of the crowd. And I was like 11, by the way, doing this, so that's probably wasn't great. But yeah, ever since then, I'm gonna be honest, like I've had it a couple times in my life, and I never was that crazy about it. But ever since then, I've just kind of been like, yeah, I don't really want to eat lamb. And I don't know. I've also never really been like, oh man, I'm missing out. You know what I mean?
Except my mom is like obsessed with lamb chops. So like that's her thing. Whenever we go to like a nice restaurant that has lamb chops, it's like, you know, Chrissy's gonna get the lamb chops. Like that's
Chrissy.
And and so it feels like I'm missing out because like my own blood is obsessed with it, but I literally can't. I've never had it in my life, and I don't want it to be like a weird learned behavior where then when I eat it, I go all crazy and like I learn that I'm allowed to eat it and I become obsessed with it, and then I kill sheep whenever I see them. Like, you know.
Okay. Wow.
What if I turned like I had a bite of a lamb chop and like my eyes like widened and I just went on all fours and started running around looking for sheep to like massacre.
And then like on our doorstep, there's just a bunch of dead sheep. And I'm like, oh, Jake, did you do this? Like there's dead sheep in our backyard.
I don't know.
You're so valid, Queen.
Thank you.
You're understood.
It's hard to understand, but I can understand you.
You're understood, and that's the bottom line, Hooverr.
I just don't know about the whole literally like biting into lamb once and then getting like a thirst for it where you're like killing them and like
it happens.
It happens.
You know, yeah. You know why you know why I had to go collect the eggs every day from the chicken coop? Because if the eggs are left there too long, the chickens will eat the eggs.
Oh
and you can't teach them that they're able to eat the eggs, because then if they learn that behavior, they will eat all of the eggs that they lay and they'll turn into cannibals. So
damn.
You know what we used to do with our chickens, which is actually kind of like fucked up when you think about it. We used to feed them the eggshells back because apparently it makes their eggshells better when they eat eggshells, which is really fucked up because they like poop those out and you're feeding them back.
That's like people eating the placenta though, right?
Oh yeah, it is. Ugh.
I don't get that at all.
Well, the egg, like in the feed that I was giving them, it had little pebbles in it too, like actual rocks that they eat because they eat little rocks, and that is what, like the calcium, is that what it is? I don't know. Maybe it is. Yeah. That's what forms the egg, and like, yeah. So it makes sense that they would also eat. Like feeding them back their own shell would probably be like a really efficient way of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucked up though. I think we underestimate chickens. I think they know more than they let on. I think they've kind of resigned themselves to this lifestyle because they've realized that this is the most convenient for them. But they know more than most people think.
You know what? I need to bring this up. I noticed that you follow one of a really, really good monkey page. Genki no Takamura, I forget what it is. You know that page, right?
I know, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about that one monkey that looks like a human, like a human trapped inside of it? Or are you talking about the little one?
Genki no Takura Momo, this one.
Yeah, I think I follow it because of you. I think you put me on that.
Probably. It's like it's the Kyoto Zoo in Japan has this one gorilla family, Momotaro, Genki, Gentaro, and Kintaro, and it's like the best gorilla family in the entire world, and they're like so cute. And I just saw you in the likes, and I was like, oh look, he knows he saw them. But
I thought you were talking about this one.
I love.
I thought you were talking about this weird one where it looks like it's like got human eyes. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh, ew.
I like. I don't know why I kind of love it, but at the same time, it is like kind of like he's kind of weird. He's a weird ass monkey, but I like it.
They are creepy. Like that's just how it is. You know, we don't have to sugarcoat it. Mm-hmm. They won't understand what we're saying.
Yeah, they're not watching.
But
I like.
But the reason I brought that up is because like, Genki, the mom of the family, she like had a really traumatic life, and she had like 2 miscarriages back to back before she had her 2 children, and after the second miscarriage, she got so depressed that she stopped eating. She lost like so much weight and like was just like trying to die. And Jesus. Then they moved her to back to her family, and because she was like in a different environment, and they moved her back to her family to like help get her back onto her feet. And then she met Momotaro, and they mated, and she had a baby, and her life changed.
Oh wow, she met the love of her life.
Yeah,
love is real.
Sweet. I love just like random pages like that. My only problem with it is that I end up tunnel visioning them sometimes because they post like 6 times a day, and I'm like,
when they post fucking reels, that's the worst. Like when they fucking I refresh my Instagram sometimes, and it'll be like normal photos, and if I accidentally refresh, it's just full of like reels, and I like just click off instantly.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I have this one page that I like where it's like it pulls up random restaurants around the world and then shows like a bunch of pictures from them using Google Maps. And like yesterday, I saw a Chinese restaurant in Kazakhstan.
Ooh.
And it showed some pictures from it, and you know, it looked like just about any average Chinese place I've been to. Or sometimes it'll be like, oh, here's a chicken wing place in Barbados, and I'm like, ooh, okay,
wow, that's cool. Good.
Yeah, some of the pictures are a bit random. Like it'll be like a picture of someone took a selfie and uploaded it to the restaurant, but you know, it's still like pretty good fun. And then I have this other page that's like random frames from King of the Hill, which I've followed for about like 7 years now, and I sometimes for years at a time forget that it's on my feed because I tunnel vision it so hard.
Yeah. I have like I have like Gumby still frames that like I sometimes will like save as like things to make a profile picture. But then I have this one that I still don't know why I won't unfollow it. Like it's this one that like I won't unfollow, but every single day they post a new gradient. And no, it's not even every day. It's like every hour they post a new gradient or some shit. And
I think I follow that.
Yeah,
one.
And it's just like every hour is this gradient. And I don't think I've ever liked any of them. Like I haven't been like, oh my god, it's a great gradient, I gotta save it. But like I just always have them on my not my For You page, my fucking timeline. I'm like, I'm not gonna unfollow it though.
It's good for inspo, I guess.
Yeah,
like, it's good to.
I love art accounts.
Good
like
to look at it and be like, I could do this.
I have like a 70s art account that I also follow, like sci-fi 70 art. That's like kind of cool. But then I never like any of those either.
We need to make like a documentary of people that run those accounts.
Who are they? A gimmick account documentary.
Mm-hmm. Millions would watch.
I'm not gonna lie, like that actually would be like an interesting series about like gimmick accounts. Be like, what are these people doing?
I want to make a documentary someday. The only problem is like it's when you only watch good documentaries, it's really easy to think, oh, it's really easy to make a documentary.
Yeah.
You just got to find something interesting. But then when you watch a documentary where you can kind of tell like, oh, this is kind of shit, then it opens up your eye to like all the things you got to figure out about that shit. Because I don't know, I tried getting into this show on Netflix recently. It's called Dark Tourist, and there's this guy that like travels around the world. Like he went to Colombia, where like Pablo Escobar used to run around. I think he like went to Japan to like a radiated zone or something. Like it's a show based on like people that travel to like these weird locations that have tragedy associated with them. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, this guy is just like, he's kind of copying Louis Theroux, but Louis Theroux is like 100 times better. And he's just kind of like, sometimes he's a little bit funny, but a lot of the time I'm like, you're being kind of weird because you're mocking a lot of the people that you're talking to, but not in like a fun way. I don't think so, you know?
Yeah.
So that gave me a little food for thought.
Yeah.
Dude, I love fucking. Do you know? I think I showed you this, Oxtail, but Documentary Now, those are like such fucking good like parodies of documentaries that I love. Like the Bill Hader and Fred Armisen show. That's so fucking good.
Yeah,
can't recommend it.
What's Documentary Now?
It's like I think it's Bill Hader, Fred Armisen. I think Seth Meyers also works on it, and basically like they do episodes where it's like a fake documentary each episode, and one of them. I don't know if they're all parodies, but like most of them are like parodies of like certain types of documentaries, and they're still really funny. Like there's this one where Bill Hader does a monologue, and like the one that Bill Hader does a monologue, I like was dying for the first like time I saw it. Such a good show. I think they're coming out with a new, or maybe they already did, new season soon. But super good.
Have you guys been watching anything interesting recently?
I've been watching House of Hammer. The fucking Army Hammer documentary shit. I did not realize.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
The fucking extent of like that whole family and like how like
there's a documentary about it.
Yeah, it goes into like the whole Army Hammer like DMs with girls shit because like that's how it first got brought up. But then people realize like there's a long line of like terrible history with the whole like his whole family, like all of his like. His dad, his dad's brother, his grandpa, like it all goes back because
oh my god,
his dad. I think Armand Hammer is his like I don't know if it's his grandfather or great grandfather, and like
the
he
brand?
Well, not that's the thing is Armand Hammer is he was like an oil guy I think, and yeah he had Occidental Petroleum.
Hammer,
yeah, Armand Hammer, but I think he bought Armand Hammer because he just didn't want to. Get people confused. Like that's how much money he had, and like he had all this power where like he would be calling with the president, he'd be calling with like world leaders in different countries and shit, and like he had all this power, and like it just details like Army Hammer's shit, and then goes back to like Armand Hammer and like their whole family and like all the fucked up shit they did, and it's insane. Like they're a really fucked up family. But that shit's fucking
I need to watch that.
Weird. Yeah, and Army Hammer is like an actual like huge piece of shit. Like it's not just DMs of like, oh, this is like weird. He's like actually done like heinous shit that like he probably needs to go to jail for. I mean, I don't know if he will go to jail for it because I don't know like any of the court shit now, but he definitely needs to go to jail for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I remember hearing about how he's like his family is like an evil family.
Yeah,
you know, one of those like evil nepotism families. Where just like you could go back like 2 centuries and it'll be like the supervillain of that time will be from that family.
Yeah, literally. Like I think I don't know who it was in the series because I'm only on episode 2 and I barely started it. But I think it's somebody in the family where they heard about Army Hammer's like DM shit and they're like, I don't have a shadow of a doubt like that's real. They're like with the fucking long line of terrible blood in this family, like. I definitely believe it. And like, Jesus. I don't have a shadow of a doubt that they're all real. So crazy fucking story. Weird fucking evil ass family. Evil.
Yeah. I don't know what I've been watching recently. I watched Skins at one point.
Ooh.
Skins UK. I watched the first generation of that. That was cool. I watched Queen's Gambit, but I've talked enough about that. I really just fell in love with it. I thought Queen's Gambit was just like the best fucking show I've seen in a long, long time. So good.
I've yet to watch. I need to.
You should. It's one of those shows where like I started watching because I was like, all right, I'll watch one episode and see how I feel, and then I just sat there and watched all of it.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling.
I couldn't stop because I immediately became so obsessed, and I became so obsessed with like the main character, and I wish there were like it's one of those things where like they ended it perfectly, and I'm glad that it's a limited series. But there is like a part of me that's just like, oh, I want more. I want more from her world. I want to see like her entire life. Like I don't want to say goodbye to her.
Yeah.
I became very parasocially attached. I got to get back into watching Malcolm in the Middle again.
Ooh.
I've kind of fallen off that.
That's a classic. Malcolm in the Middle was like one of those easy shows to watch. Or I always watched like late night as a kid.
Yeah. I watched like I haven't really been watching TV shows because I finished like I watched Dahmer, and then I watched the Versace Killer, same Ryan Murphy, like another Ryan Murphy thing, and then I'm having a really weird deja vu right now. It's like freaking me out. That's why I'm like talking so slowly. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Been here before.
Yeah, it's like I feel like okay. Whenever I get deja vu, I think it's because something bad is about to happen. That's why I freaked out and looked around. I'm not weird. I'm not. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're normal. You're normal.
But yeah, I watched those two, which were like murder mysteries, right? And then I watched a bunch of murder YouTube video, like crime documentaries on YouTube, like.
Oh, so you've been kind of like on your true crime shit.
Yeah, true crime, and then I got back into travel vlogs, and I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts on Indigo Traveler?
Oh wait, I gotta look it up.
Because we always talk about how we always talk about how like all of the good travel vloggers are like problematic, but I think he's like unproblematic, and he goes to cool places, and he like works with UNICEF and stuff.
He's okay. Indigo Traveler is the guy that I think I don't know if I've watched. Oh, I've watched his North Korea video.
Right, he had the North Korea series. He did I really liked the series he did in I can't remember which ones that I watched, but I was watching them as background noise kind of, and no, he did one recently that was actually really fascinating to me. Let me look it up.
His Instagram.
I think
crazy.
The only thing that I don't know enough about his videos because I watched the North Korea shit a long time ago, but I do remember there being like a conversation about like his titles are just really obnoxious and frankly disrespectful to a lot of the places he visits, which is like I kind of agree with that, where it's like I understand trying to like show a more like impoverished side of the world, but it's just kind of crazy that you go to a place and then you meet the people and then you're like, I just went to the shithole slum. He doesn't use the word shithole.
Yeah.
But he like I'm looking at some of his titles right now, and it's like in parentheses he literally has like in one of them it was like extreme slum.
But it's like
absolutely insane.
Like I mean, I think like it is a slum. You know what I mean?
It is a slum, yeah. I just think it's the titles are like worded a bit like weird, you know?
Yeah, like, but I think I don't know. To me, it's like it's like it's only human to be like he's from New Zealand. He's white. Like he's like going to all these crazy places. Like it's only human to be like, holy shit, like this is fucking crazy. Like if I went to the biggest slum in Nigeria, like this video, I would be like, this is fucking insane. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, but the series that I really liked that he did was his travels in Yemen. It was just so like it was just really fascinating because I just like didn't know that much about Yemen, and it was a really cool video. There was like 5 videos in the series. Yeah, I've
been watching a lot of camping videos. Have been my choice recently. I've been huge into camping. I think my favorite genre of YouTube is kind of like these men that are doing like very like stereotypically masculine and straight things.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like the men themselves are like a little bit submissive, if you know what I mean. Like
oh yeah.
Like they're they're a little like I don't know how to explain it. Like the words that I just said, if they speak to you, you understand what I mean. If you don't, then I'm sorry, you just don't get it.
COOLDOG, they'll understand.
Like, yeah, that is true. That is very true. But I don't know. That's kind of like I think it's my comfort shit. Like I just love watching men do random shit. Just like
shit.
Oh, I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna build that. I'm gonna sit under this tree for 24 hours and be one with nature. Like that's the kind of shit I'm trying to watch, you know?
Yeah.
I was watching this like one I think I talked about this on COOLDOG before, or maybe on stream. I talked about it somewhere. I was watching this one ginger dude who like he bought an old mining town.
Oh yeah.
I think in like I don't know where it was. I think it was in Colorado. He bought an old mining town and he's renovating it and like kind of trying to bring life back into it. But it's just like it just seems like the most frustrating process ever because it's in the mountains and there's only like one kind of a shitty road that leads up there. And he's like trying to bring all these things up, like a water tank, like electricity, like all this infrastructure. And then every like 2 months, there's a flash flood that completely fucks over the roads. So then he can't do anything for like 4 months because the fucking county government needs to fix the roads.
Jesus.
So it's just every 2 months he uploads a video where it's like, I feel so defeated. I'm so fucking depressed.
Oh man. I remember I don't know if you all have seen this channel either, but I didn't really watch it. I haven't seen it like in a while, but there was something like that called I don't even know like what the account was, but like it was this one YouTube channel where like they bought this like I don't even know where it was, but like this unfinished old mansion like in this random area, and they bought it and like completely gutted it, and it was them like rebuilding this house, and it took them like so long, and then they got like so much money off of like them uploading the YouTube channel that like they just basically had it paid for. But it was a really cool process too.
That is cool.
That's the meta, man. You just got to vlog everything you do so that way you don't pay for a thing in your life.
Exactly. Write it all off. I mean, actually, yeah, they could probably write off that house. It's for entertainment.
They definitely could. Yeah. But I also feel like I think it gets blurry at that point because you would also kind of it gets a little bit tricky on how much you can write off if you live in it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can call it a business expense, but then if you start using it as like a living space, then it like I remember, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but I remember talking to an accountant about that, and they were like, you got to be careful about stuff like that because it's kind of like there's something about like buying equipment or like a car, for example, like a car. If you buy a car as a business expense, you can't use that car to drive recreationally. You need to only use it for business things. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the channel's called Off the Ranch. They have 4 million subscribers, and it's like there's like this huge abandoned mansion, and then they fucking renovated it, and like they do videos about them renovating it and other shit.
Damn.
Wow.
But yeah, that's pretty insane.
I think I've seen another channel like this before, also where I think they bought like a castle in France or some shit.
Ooh.
I don't remember what it was. It was some random ass building, and then they renovated it. People love renovating shit. I think there's like this genre of like white people where like they get married at like 28, and then 2 years in, they're like, you know what, we're gonna move to the countryside, completely away from everything, and renovate this fucking 600-year-old building. And we're gonna make it our life.
Making an Airbnb.
Like yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's literally what it always turns into.
It's always an Airbnb. They're never fucking living it. They're like, we're gonna rent out this castle that we got in this random ass country for $2,000 a night on Airbnb. Come by now.
Dude, Airbnb suck ass now. Airbnbs are so expensive and like,
yeah.
Ugh.
We should just buy houses from now on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like I don't want to fucking.
That's
rent.
what I've been saying, man. We should buy a house in Colorado, and we should all move in.
I'm actually down. I would be, dude. Some of the fucking houses I used to look up on Zillow in high school for Colorado, like there are some insane like priced cabins in Colorado where it's like $20 million, and it's like all this land, a huge ass fucking cabin. Like if I had Joe Rogan money, I would have done that instead of moved to Texas. Like I don't know why I moved here.
Yeah.
When we sell this podcast to
Spotify,
that's when we'll get that house.
Colorado, the Colorado COOLDOG house. That'll be baller.
That's gonna be it. Well, I guess this has been an episode of Cool Dog. Thank you everyone for joining us for a very special Halloween episode. Thank you for celebrating the greatest holiday with us. And we hope that you'll join us next year when we do the 3rd annual Cool Dog Halloween episode.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, wait, final question. Jake, on the horse ranch that you work at, do you have to ever milk the horses?
They don't have udders.
Why no, but like you have to milk it. You know what I mean?
None of them are... I don't want to answer this question.
Okay, thank you all for watching. See you all next week. Bye.